Fishbowl.
Junkie. What? I'm
Fishbowl.
junkie.
Tell him again.
I'm a
Fishbowl.
junkie. And I like it funky.
Yeah, we have a rule if your phone goes.
That's it. $100.
100 push-ups. Rightio. Welcome back to another episode of the Fishbowl, presented to you by Frail. And today, we got a huge guest. We got Travis Dawkins in the house. If I could just get a round of applause from everyone in the room. Kian. What's going on, mate?
I'm just living the dream, really, as always.
Well, every time I come here, it seems to be that you are like, I work for a company as a bricklayer. I come here, you know, you got tunes going, you're in your own factory dealing with bikes. Is that the dream?
It is the dream. I mean, it was my dream. It was my dream for a long time, and then I guess I made it my dream. Yeah, like it's fucking sick. Yeah.
Which funny is that like you made it your dream because we met in Yarra Junction at Gert by Dirt.
Yeah.
And you're obviously working in there. Mm. Was that your first job in a shop or?
Nah, so before then I worked at Dynamite Cycles in terms of bike shops. Gert by Dirt was just me hustling. I was there 3 days a week as a mechanic for him and then 3 days a week in the back of his workshop as mountain bike suspension works. So that's where it kind of all really began in this area anyway.
So he let you do your own thing like after hours or something in the shop?
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool as.
Yeah, so it was like work all day and then smash out a set of forks in the afternoon.
Yeah, right.
And then go home and I was doing big days. I was doing 14-hour days, I guess, to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then you obviously just got enough of your own work and said goodbye.
No, not really. I didn't really have enough work. I just
said goodbye.
I just pulled the trigger. I was like, to be honest, I had my little one Huxley coming on and needed to support a family, so I just pulled the trigger and sent it.
Like that's ballsy as like how far along was the little one? Like until due date?
Yeah, I think he was. I reckon he was. I think we had maybe 4 months to go till due date. Fuck. Yeah, and I was like,
fuck this, I'm going out on my own.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to. Like, I've got to make two people's wage, so I had to just work hard.
And you're pretty confident. Like, I know this is going to work. Like, the money's there. I can do this.
Nah, not really.
It's gross.
What I did know is that like I could see with the small amount of days I was doing already that everyone was leaving so happy. So I was like, cool, the more people I do, the more servicing I do, the more happy customers I've got, the more they're going to tell their friends about me, and away we go. Like that was kind of my that was my confidence side, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I know I still remember when we met, I was pretty fresh to mountain bikes. I knew fucking nothing. I don't even know about. I must have had one. That's why I was coming in, but would have been my first mountain bike, and fuck, straight away I was like, I don't know this dude from Barasite, but he's cool. So obviously you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean it's just easy when you froth what you do to like create this atmosphere around you, I guess, with your customers. Like, I'm stoked on what they're about to do with their product, which makes them stoked. And then the stoke just goes up and up and up. Yeah. Like it just keeps rising for sure.
Did you have any other jobs besides bike mechanics before that?
Weirdly, I'm actually a qualified chef.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, qualified chef. So I dropped out of school when I was 16, did my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was 21, almost qualified, I was fully over it. I was still riding mountain bikes. What happened was I started riding downhill and injuring myself frequently, and then my chefing jobs didn't really like that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to keep riding downhill, so I might get get a job in a bike shop where they at least understand.
Yeah, it's a bit easier to say I hurt myself riding to a bike shop than to a cook.
Yeah. Yeah, old chef didn't give a shit.
So where was that? What were you making? Was it a pub? Was it Or was it-
No, yeah, I worked in like pretty high end restaurants in Melbourne, and then worked for chef hatted restaurant in Ballarat
Yeah.
when I was living there, and that was kind of my last role, I guess. Yeah, last full time role. So.
Have you still got that chef in you?
Oh,
Like, at home?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the knife tattoo on you?
Nah, I've only got one tattoo actually, and I probably only got one because I got it and then I got out of chefing, so I didn't really get any more.
The only chefs I know, they all have that tattoo.
Yeah.
Is that like pretty common?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is there any bike tattoos that it's like typical to get?
Like you can't afford tattoos when you ride bikes.
No, that's right.
You're spending them on bikes.
Yeah, shit. So you obviously found this place where we are today in the factory. How'd you go with finding a space?
I got super lucky, to be honest. The guy that like owns this place that I rent off, he's a mountain biker. So
Oh, really?
he was actually just one of my customers and now sort of good friends. So
Handy as.
he was getting out of the factory and I needed somewhere to go. So kind of just literally fell in my lap a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, I was just working out of my garage. Yeah.
I do remember going to the garage. That's
Yeah.
right. Because I was like, I know I've been somewhere else.
Yeah. It was
Services.
it was sick. I kind of miss it a bit, to
It's
be
a cool
honest.
setup as well.
Yeah, it just had everything all in a small space and could just smash it out. Just the bike industry doesn't love people working out of their garage,
Yeah.
even if it is dope garage that
Well,
you're
I
working
loved
out
it.
of. They just don't care that it's a garage.
I
weird.
thought it was sick.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's it. Like you could rent a space that's the same size and someone would be like,
Yeah.
this is unreal.
Yeah.
You go to Travis garage and suddenly it's not as cool.
No, it's not as
Why?
Yeah. Anyway,
But so what you mentioned before, Ballarat. Are you from Ballarat?
yeah, originally, yeah. So actually from a little place called Illabrook, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Really?
yeah, it's literally in the middle of nowhere, actually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And why'd you leave Illabrook?
I guess just there was like my family owned a farm there. That
Yeah.
sort of all gradually closed down, and then we moved into Ballarat once that was all sort of kind of done with, I guess.
Yeah. It's a cool little
And then,
place.
no, it's just, I mean,
Oh,
now it's
Well,
it's a cool little place.
Lately,
It used to be a shithole, like
mean,
100%.
lately with, Ballarat's been in the news for some not so good things.
There's some rough stuff going on there. It's good to see that it's still like holding true to what Ballarat really is.
When I said cool little place, I mean, it's cool, but it seems a bit fucked at the same time. Like, I've only been for a festival at Spilt Milk,
Yeah.
and actually they got some tracks out there as well.
Dude,
I've been
sick
there.
mountain biking out
Yeah.
there. It's crazy because like the hill's only 500 meters elevation. No,
Yeah.
no, hold up. 50 meters elevation. I got
Oh,
that
true.
wrong. 50 meters.
And they packed a lot of shit in there, to be honest.
Yeah, it's sick.
There's some
Yeah.
fucking nice little jumps in there as well.
Good jumps, good tech. Like that's where I learnt to ride basically. So
Yeah, right. But how old were you when you moved from there?
I moved to Melbourne when I was 17, I guess.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like that's it.
That was for chefing.
Oh,
I then lived in Melbourne till I was 21. Moved back for a couple years. Then fell deeper in love with downhill, and then
Yep.
kind of worked for trail building company, Dirt Art for a while.
yep.
A couple years, been a full gypsy, just living everywhere
That's great.
but home. And then moved up here to Yarra Ranges. Yeah,
Yeah, sweet. And you reckon is this it?
this is it.
This is peak.
Yeah. Every time I go on a holiday somewhere, like we're always like, yep, we're going to move here. We're going to live here, sure. But like you come back and
Just
we've
come
got everything here. Like it's so
Yeah.
good. Riding's good here. People are good. Yeah.
It is
Good
hard.
friends.
Oh,
Like it's sick.
I'm the number one to piss and moan about this joint,
Yeah.
but look where I still am. Like-
Still here. Yeah. It's honestly, yeah.
So
Got
you're-
everything.
Yeah, you obviously moved around. Well, even if you weren't moving around, you were traveling around a fair bit.
Yeah.
how's now like being a dad and used to sort of just doing whatever the fuck you want by the sounds of it? Has that changed a lot now with what you want to do? But you seem to always still be traveling around.
Yeah, not really. Like, I'm pretty lucky. My partner Morgs is same as me, so we just do it. It just takes a lot more organization, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you got to make sure you don't like kill the baby. So
Yeah.
you have to organize, make sure he's got food and warmth and all that sort of stuff. So it's not as gypsy as it used to be, where it was like, I might just go to this race in Canberra on like Friday Arvo, jump in the van, go, do it, just buy everything when you're up there and come back. Now it's like, you know, you have to plan a month in advance for everything.
You can still make it work.
Even like just a ride weekend, you know, locally, everything's planned about a month in advance to make sure that it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't happen. You just end up staying at home.
Yeah. It's funny, like, I was with your partner. I was saying to a dude at work today that he was asking about having a kid and whatnot. And the typical, like, oh, it must be fucking shit. You can't do this, you can't do that. And I was like, well, it feels like if you've got a good relationship with your partner, you can still just do whatever, just with a little bit more planning. And at the end of the day, it's a kid. You have the final say. They can hardly talk. So
it's essentially it. And like in the end, like it's just give and take a little bit. So let's say you don't have a partner that wants to do all these things, just do more during the week. So when you're away doing cool stuff, it's at least semi-acceptable, I guess, or just plan for it. So, but yeah, I am really lucky. Morgs comes away to most of the events we go to and that sort of stuff. Supports me all the way through that and all my crazy ideas and working late and all sort of stuff. So yeah.
I actually reckon I've seen her out riding more than you have, actually.
She rides more than me. 100%.
That's no joke.
Yeah.
I actually think last time we were in Bright, she was up there.
Yeah. Yeah. She loves it. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So your last trip was actually to New Zealand, wasn't it?
Yeah. Queenstown. Yeah.
Would you say, is that your favourite place to ride in the world?
I'd say yes so far.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Europe yet, so I can't fully judge. But we went to Whistler just 4 months before Queenstown. That was my first trip as well. The trip I had planned to Whistler before then got COVID stitched up. But we finally got there for my 30th birthday. It was sick at Whistler, and then going to Queenstown. Yeah, Queenstown's way better. It's sick.
What bullshit, really?
For me. I'm not going to go and say that for everyone, but like for me, I love steep, technical, hand-cut trails that are just like raked in, and then they form while you're riding them, you know, years and years down the track. It's a different track. I love that sort of shit. Like, I love it. I like being a bit scared, you know, looking at something and being like, how do I ride down that? And then just having a crack. Like, I love that fear of like, just letting the bike dance and somehow you get to the bottom of that section and go like, what the fuck?
Let's do it again.
Yeah. Let's do that again. Sick.
And Whistler, that wasn't as much, a bit more
like
put together.
Whistler was like, there was definitely trails like that I rode, but you did have to pedal up to them, I guess.
Ugh.
And in the bike park, I think Whistler's like more jumps, flow. It's definitely like a proper bike park, where Queenstown felt like I was out riding my local trails with a gondola attached to it.
Oh, imagine that.
I know.
Imagine Sylvan just gets a gondola.
Yeah.
I
don't know. But once again, like that's just me, like in my point of view. But the other thing for me being family man now is that there's so much more to do in Queenstown as well. Like just all in one really small spot. There was so much to do there. Aside from riding, it was like ride till lunchtime and then heaps of sick cafes and then heaps of like mini golf and movies and this and that, and just like the vibe in such a small space was amazing. Yeah. So I'd go there. Yeah, we'll probably go once a year regardless for sure. Yeah.
Like that's grouse, especially with a little one.
Yeah.
I reckon a lot of people would be surprised to hear that actually. Like,
And cheap for us as well. Like, yeah, I mean, Whistler probably cost us like close to 10 grand or something like that on a budget. Where I think Queenstown was like, I don't know, 2 grand.
And not to mention the time in flights.
Yeah, just
how
way
long-
less
what?
exhausted.
How long is it to New Zealand from here? Like,
Feels like about 30 minutes. To be
you're up
honest.
and you're down.
Like you're up, you get your food and you snack, and then you're on the way back down again.
What's crazy thing is it takes longer to fly from here to top of our own country
I know.
when we could just go to New Zealand.
Someone stuffed that up. Someone fully cooked
What the
that.
fuck went wrong there? Oh, that's fucking grouse. Is there anywhere? So that you reckon is one of your favourites, and then to do, obviously Europe. You reckon is on
Yeah,
the
I got to
list?
do Europe. Been trying to do it for years and years. And,
Yeah,
and business definitely got in the way of a bit of that, but
Yep.
don't regret that at all. But
nah, look what you got.
it, but yeah, we'll probably try for next year. I think.
Yep,
Yeah, do all the things,
yep.
all the bike parks. Yeah, try and
Bus-
spend a good month over there or something.
Shit, yeah. Business wise, to me, you've got it all. The factory, music's going. You're sitting here talking shit, drinking cans. Pretty bloody cool. While you got your young fella out there working away. Pretty bloody cool. What to you is next? How do you get what
Yeah.
make this even better, or is this it?
Like it's funny, I kind of, to be honest, this summer, like we got so busy and we obviously put some staff on and all that sort of stuff and it's cranking along, but the bigger you get takes away from the personalization of what I do, I guess. So the reason I was good and people were stoked with what I was doing is because it's me and me doing what I do, I guess, and
Yep.
and providing that stoke to the customer and making sure they've got a good product, I guess.
Yeah.
The more staff you get, that fades away, unfortunately. Like, there's no
Shit,
way
it
to
does.
hire. Like, if I could just clone myself, dude, we'd be killing it. But,
Yeah.
you know, even having staff doing a really good job at servicing, I still need to be at the forefront
Yeah, of
to
course.
make the business what it is. So we're scaling down a little bit and just, you know, taking, I guess, less work, making less money, but making sure everyone's as stoked as they used to be back 3 years ago, I guess. So we're not really trying to make the business more successful in the eyes of a businessman, I guess, but just better in my opinion, I guess.
100%. Like, and the whole point of going out on your own is to not only have your own business, but have more free time, do what you want to do.
Enjoy what you do as
Yeah.
well. Where like for a while there over summer, I was like, why am I even doing this? I'm so busy keeping staff busy
Yeah.
that I'm not enjoying and loving what I do. So
Yeah.
we've definitely scaled it back a little bit this winter anyway, and we'll probably keep it that way. Like if I book out for 4 months over summer, it is what it is.
Yep.
Like we
Yep.
just make sure everyone's stoked and book
Yep.
out for longer.
So we, like, I never met a young fella out there before, and we were speaking about it before. With bike mechanics, what is it? An apprenticeship? Is it just?
Yeah, not really. Like there is an apprenticeship you can do now for the bike industry, but it's very very low skill level, I would say.
Yeah. Is it something you need to have? So like with bricklaying, most of us aren't even technically qualified.
Yeah.
You don't need a certificate to show. Like, is it kind of like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you learn
if you're
on
good
the,
at it, you're good at it. Find
you
out
learn
pretty
on the
quick you're
job,
not.
and then you maybe, you know, if you're going to go from bounce from bike shop to bike shop or from workshop to workshop or whatever, it's probably the fact that you've worked for those people for a certain amount of time, which shows
Bit
your
of a
worth,
resume.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of your resume, I guess. So
Yeah.
you probably, you know, if you want to be, if your dream is to be a good bike mechanic, it's probably work for free for a bit with some people that you know are already good and build your resume that way. Like there's no way you're going to get like you know, a bike apprenticeship, and then like that's going to get you the sick job.
Just because you've
Working.
finished your apprenticeship.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. It's good and bad, I think. Shows like sort of weasels out the people who aren't in it for the love, I guess. And
100%.
yeah, if you're no good at it, you're no fucking good at it, no job for you.
No job for you.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that I've put on here is like, I haven't even, that you know, they've just turned up and started sweeping the floors.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
tattoo shopping here.
Yeah. Turn up, start sweeping the floors, show that you're interested in what we do, and then all of a sudden you're like pulling forks apart.
Yeah.
You know, because you know you're obviously interested. So
Yep.
happy to give you a crack for sure.
I reckon that's sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a weird industry. There's no university degree for it. It's just learn,
Yep.
listen, be open to everyone's opinion, and kind
sweet.
of like work it out from there.
With that, like, what's the obviously with riding, everyone's got inspiration and favorite riders and whatnot. Is there a like Don mechanic out there?
It definitely is.
Yeah. Because I'll probably title this podcast as "We Speak to the Don Mechanic."
Yeah.
Who's like your Don? Or was there someone like while you were sort of becoming a mechanic when you were that kid learning the ropes? Was there someone who you're like, oh, fuck, that's pretty cool. I want to be that guy. You say no.
To be honest, I don't think there is, to be honest. Like maybe not really, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't really have anyone that I was like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, something I've always wanted to do is like maybe do a season of the World Cup
Yep.
mechanics. I remember just seeing the toolboxes, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you see their
That's
epically cut out
Yeah.
toolbox and you're like, I want that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm like that with tents.
Yeah.
Like, do you fucking see that tent? I
Yeah.
want that tent.
Yeah. So like, you know, I'd love to do something like that.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't care whether I'm 50 and I'm doing it, whatever.
Yeah.
At some point in my life, I'd love to do a season, you know,
Yep.
mechanicking for a World Cup team or something like that.
Yeah. I can know.
But yeah, like there's no one that I've really like looked up to, I guess, in this.
Yeah.
I'm so passionate about what I do that I'm not like chasing someone else's dream. It is I'm just in it myself. So I guess and the funny thing is with the bike industry is that like with what I do, there's no information out there. Like you're searching yourself for all the information to become a good mechanic. So you can't like copy off people, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, there's not really anyone. It's just like,
That's cool.
I just think I'm the best mechanic. It's like,
And I am.
yeah.
Oh, I reckon that's cool. Oh, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a piss.
Yeah, get into
And
it.
then we're going to come back and I've got some heavy hitting questions.
Rippers.
So
rip
if
snorters.
you need another beer to just,
Level.
now's the time. Beauty. And we're back. And we are back. We've already started
Do you
talking.
need another beer?
But I will in a sec. Oh, yeah, right now. Thanks, mate. We were just talking about off camera reels and YouTube videos and how times are changing with social media and how it's pretty scary and not cool.
It's not cool. Yeah. We're basically giving ourselves like ADHD because we're watching all these 2-second clips and then moving on to the next one.
Yeah. I've dead set. This sounds so bad, but I feel like I'm not the only one. A lot of people just don't want to admit it. But I take that shit outside, like, and it affects my just real world stuff.
100%.
My attention span is fucking dog shit.
Absolutely.
Like, you listen to someone talk at work and you just like,
You're just
10
like-
seconds in, you're like, I'm not even listening to you. Like, it's bad.
That's so bad, isn't it? Yeah. That's crazy.
And the shit we're watching as well is just mind-numbing, pointless shit. Like I just said to you before, like 5 TikToks or reels in, I don't even know what I just watched.
Yeah, you forgot about the 5 you just watched.
Yeah.
why you're watching this one. Like you just,
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah.
And for me, it's the effort as well. Like being at enemy cameras and editing and whatnot. Like you really do love doing it. And as bad as it sounds, you do it for people to watch it, and you do like to see the more views go up and whatnot. Like it sounds bad, but we do like that.
Yeah, you're making people happy, right?
Yeah.
People watching it, they're like, cool, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And
Put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
And then, but when you see your views on a YouTube video, you put a lot of effort and time into that are just dog shit. But this stupid reel you made on Instagram gets, 100K views. Like, what went wrong there?
Dude, someone said to me a while ago, like, quality over quantity, obviously, and this is like especially like with the things that you're making for your Instagram account or whatever, right? Like, so let's say you post something and you get 1 million views all over the world, but not one person comes up to you and says, "Fuck, that was really cool. Like, well done on that." Yeah. But flip it the other way. Let's say you get 20 views, right? Yeah. But like one person comes up to you in the shop and goes, "Dude, that edit was sick." That one person saying that is way more important than like the 1 million mofos all over the world clicking the like button.
Mate, that is bloody. I get that tattooed across my chest. Like that is honestly though, dude, it's so true.
Yeah.
So fucking true.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, followers and whatnot earlier. You were saying how like, it might not be a massive number, but I know who these people are. I know they give a shit about what I do. Yeah. I know they'll come to me.
That's it.
That's what fucking matters.
There's literally no point having 1 billion followers if you don't know any of them, especially with what we do. Like I'm in Instagram to grow my business, essentially. Like that's what I use it for. It's advertising, essentially. Show people what I do. So I need them to be locally because what I do is very personal, and I would prefer that you come into my shop, get your bike service, we'll have a chat about everything, and then you leave a happy customer rather than post something from Europe to me.
Does that happen?
Not yet. I get a lot of stuff from all over Australia.
Yeah.
Nothing overseas. Yeah. But there's a lot of me's in the world for sure. They're all out there. There is other people doing really cool suspension stuff in the world. Yeah. But I get a lot of stuff from all over Australia. Yeah. It is pretty cool when you get something turn up from Western Australia or something. You're like, whoa, we've reached that far.
Mate, I still remember getting our first order from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And I fucking shit my pants. Like, we didn't even have that as an option on the website.
Like, what do we even do?
Yeah, he messaged us on Instagram. It's like, hey, I'm trying to buy something off the site, but I can't. I was like, tools down, boys. We've made it.
We've bloody made it.
Sorry, mate, we've sold the business now after that.
Yeah. How good.
It's a fucking grouse feeling. Yeah. Like you're saying, if people were noticing your stuff, it's so much fucking better than
But yeah, like 100%. I just prefer, one person to come in. That's my customer and be like, oh, dude, sick video. Like over any other views or anything else. Like it really, really doesn't
makes you feel good.
And that makes you feel so much better. And that's, that's the reason we do it really in the end, like is to make ourselves feel good. So
we don't care about us.
I know we're out here like trying to do cool things for you guys to make you feel good, but really I'm just doing it for myself.
We don't care about you. No, we do. Please share this podcast around. Tell your friends. Yeah, we're talking about making people feel good. And I think this is a good time to dive in to some heavy hitting questions.
Bring it on.
Now, I did put something out to the universe and I asked people, what's something you want to ask Trav? Now, there is some pretty good ones in here.
There'll be some juicy ones, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm gonna start this one off with something pretty hard. Now, you do support some riders.
Yeah.
That's correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So can you touch on that a little bit? Like what exactly does that mean? Do you sponsor them? Do you just help certain people out?
Yeah.
How come these certain people? How does that work?
Yeah, cool. So I've got 3 riders that I look after probably more than others.
Yep.
So Hudson Tarling, Jess Sheridan, Hayden Steed.
Okay.
They're my three, like, let's call them factory mountain bike suspension works
Yeah,
riders.
that's fucking exactly that.
Yeah. So for those three, like I do what I think is a lot. I don't know if they think the same or not, but like
Sure they do.
For example, one of my riders was like leaving to Europe to go race overseas on like Saturday, and I was like building their bike up on Friday night, like before they leave.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is huge.
And like I really try and go like the extra mile for them. I don't make any money out of them. Like I 100% pretty much do all things suspension related for free, and I've given them some products as well along the way. So yeah, we sponsored, lucky enough to be able to sponsor them with EXT last year. So they all got, new forks and shocks and all sorts of stuff, which was really cool.
Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit game changing, I guess.
It's unreal.
And then we, aside from that, servicing obviously is a pretty costly part of the sport. So yeah, I do all that for free for them as well. So
These dudes are riding, all fucking week.
yeah,
And hard riding. So
yeah. So like, realistically, they should be servicing their stuff every 2 months, I guess, like at a minimum.
Yep.
So yeah, I do all that for free for them, and they're my like factory riders. And then
Shit,
aside from that, I do have a lot of ambassadors, we call them out there, which basically they get like 20% off all servicing and parts, etc.
Fuck yeah. Well, if you're one of those people and you're listening, make sure you fucking tell your mates, put it on your story, and fucking send him here, because he's doing it out of love.
Yeah, it's full love job.
Shit, yeah. Well, one of the first questions is, I'm not going to say who from. You ready?
Yeah.
Who's Trav's favourite mountain bike suspensions works rider?
Ooh.
Now you told me that list of three.
Yeah.
Who's the favourite?
It's so hard because I've picked them all for different reasons, I guess.
You can
To be
say,
honest.
actually, no, I'm not going to let you off the hook yet. Who's your favourite?
They're like family to me. It's so hard to like pick, who's. I love them all, but
That's not going to slide. Who's your favourite for what?
for what reason?
Yep.
All right, bring it on.
And then you can guess who asked.
Yeah. Right. Hayden Steed is my favorite because he's like the most. It's funny because he's New Zealand, but he's the most classic Aussie bloke.
He just
you've
done a
ever met.
fucking marathon in work boots.
In work boots. Like he's a tradie through and through.
Doesn't get much more Aussie
And
than
like,
that.
I think the reason I met him in the first place was because he came up to me. He's struggling with his shock setup in Medina. Needed to put a volume spacer in or something like that. And he just had no clue what he was doing. And like, I'm just yeah, man, I'll help you out, whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I think after that, he paid for a few services. And then I was like, this guy's hella fast.
So good.
So strong on the bike.
Yep.
Cool
Dude.
He's a cool dude. He's got it in him to go and race World Cups. And sure enough, 3 years later, he's racing World Cups, top 100.
Yeah.
Which in his opinion sucks. Like, coming 70 something, but
No.
like all us Joe Blows are stoked for him. So yeah, like
Fuck yeah.
the reason I help him out is because he is just like a genuinely like good bloke.
Do we just claim him?
Goes fast.
You know how Aussies like to claim some Kiwis? Do
Dude,
we
I
just
claim
him?
We don't even have to, dude.
He's an
Like,
Australian.
Just look at him. He's not Kiwi at all. He's so Aussie. It's ridiculous. Next one would be Hutto Tarling.
Yep.
I've told so many people this story, but the first time I met him, he was probably I don't know, 13 or something like that. And he's paying for my services. I'm helping him set his bike up. I think he was racing Mount Beauty Enduro that weekend. And on the Friday, we went up and we're doing some setup sessions for people. This kid is like barely even talking to me kind of thing. Like, you know, and any word he does say is super high pitched. Like, oh yeah, no, it's good. Anyway, we push up the hill and I'm like, cool. So what we're going to do is just going to drop into this corner and I just want to follow you and just see what the bike's doing, you know, in behind. Drops down the hill, sharp left. And like, I swear to God, I've never seen anyone turn so fast in my life. Like he has just slapped this turn.
Yeah.
And like exited with so much speed.
You're like, mate, I'm trying to see what's happening.
This kid's like 12 months into riding. Legitimately 12 months into riding, and he's cornering like Conor Fearon. Like it's insane.
Yeah, right.
Like no joke. I was just like, well, this is going to be a fun session. First of all, I get to ride with this super fast kid and dial his bike in. And yeah, that's my like, when I think of Hutto, I just think of that moment, I guess, is like this.
That's awesome.
Natural talent.
Yeah.
100%.
That's cool.
Jess Sheridan couldn't be like, you know, super quiet, keeps to herself. The thing she loves most is riding bikes. Like out of anything else, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. She literally just loves riding bikes.
Yeah.
She rides so much. She rides more than anyone else I know.
Yeah.
Her bikes are always clapped because she rides she rides so much. Like yeah, like she's on the bike 4 days a week or something like that.
Yeah.
And like doing like her dad's out there shuttling her.
Grouse.
And she's just like, you can tell she's the most happiest when she's on the bike. Like
it's fucking awesome.
And I just really appreciate that. And I just love that that's like that is the reason.
You're helping out people who are you know,
it's like
doing what they love.
Like first of all, like she needs help. Her bikes are always fully clapped.
Yeah.
Like if she was to pay full retail, you know, for the work that we do for her, her parents would be broke.
That's so good.
So like,
that's a good sign.
I love her attitude towards riding. She's just like out there enjoying it. And she's fast and she pulls some good results, but I don't think she even cares so much about that. Like she just cares about riding the trail and like enjoying it. Yeah. And you can tell. Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. One question that wasn't in there, but you sort of just made me think of it. So them last two, Hutto and Jess, are they a bit younger? How old are they?
Yeah, Jess is they might be the same age. Hang on. Nah, so Jess is a year older than Hutto. Hutto's first year junior men's now. Yep. Jess's second year.
Yep.
Which makes them, I can't remember, 17 and 18,
something
I guess.
Like that, yeah.
16,
so
16 and 17.
Young, yeah.
Yeah, younger.
So to someone who you do have your own brand, kids and adults see that as fucking cool. You know, I'm almost 26 and I think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are out there who want to get sponsored or want someone like you to help them out. What would be your best advice to a kid or an adult? Yeah. How do you pick up someone like yourself? What sort of attitude does a kid go into that with?
Like probably the biggest thing with those three riders is that without me even, you know, I didn't have to approach these people and be like, you know, I want to sponsor you or whatever. Like these three people kind of, you know, almost kind of fell in my lap, I guess, in a way, because the phone's going off.
That's 100 push-ups.
100 push-ups. They were selling products. They were selling Mountain Bike Suspension Works as a brand. Yep. Like, without even knowing it. Like, these people paid for my services before becoming sponsored. Yeah. So, like, Hutto, for example, paid for a setup session and then probably sold like 6, 7, 10, 20, I don't know, however many setup sessions after that because, you know, I've done a good job for him. He's stoked and then he's just told people
his mates
about it and then like away you go. So like selling product is the number one thing that will get you sponsored.
So could you say like show a bit of interest in who you like before.
Like wear Fox,
Yeah.
you know, wear head to toe Fox.
Yeah.
Tell your mates about how good it is.
Yeah.
3 years later, you might be sponsored by Fox. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, but you gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta really love the brand that you're riding in,
Yeah.
you know, to start with, and then sell some stuff. Like
Yeah.
these brands are out to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Well,
not
that's it.
out
You-
to give
yeah,
you
yeah,
free
yeah.
stuff. They give you free stuff so that hopefully,
Yeah.
if you're a good person, you'll
Yeah.
double the amount of free stuff
Yeah.
they've given
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I think a lot of
know.
people forget that like there is a point like of sponsoring people, and you got to sort of give back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't do it.
What's the point?
Yeah, yeah, that's grouse. Back to some of these questions that I've got. This is what I really like this one.
First of all, was it Hardo that asked that?
No.
No.
Well, you only got two other options, but it was Hayden.
No answer.
Oh, that is grouse.
It's Hardo, by the way.
Shit. Might change. Right, so this one is from a T McPherson. T McPherson has asked, most important thing to keep servicing on a bike. Is there a one answer for that? You know what there is now? You can only say one thing. You can only pick one thing to get serviced.
So that's like not servicing anything, and like
just one.
I got to say your forks.
Yep.
Yeah, keep them fresh, man. Like, yeah, service your forks. The rest of the bike, you can ride You can ride a hardtail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you got a good set of like good feeling fork,
Yeah.
which is I think because it's attached to your hands, must get quick to the. Yeah, you know, you must.
True.
You must feel it more.
Yeah.
If you keep them fresh, like, you know, the rest should be right.
Is
Linkage, clap, flopping around all over the place.
fuck.
Wheels, they can be wobbly.
Who cares? Go faster and it'll straighten out.
That's it. Like, even your shock, like, well, as long as you've got a coil shock, that thing can blow up. You can ride that down the hill. She'll be right.
That's the thing. That is good. You're a coil man?
Oh, you know what? Like,
That's my question.
I was a coil man all the way up until this year.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I'm not going to plug a brand, so I'll just say a particular brand like brought out a shock.
Yeah.
It's an air shock that blew my mind.
Yeah.
That made me like
Convert
to air.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Like
you
all my bikes have got air on them now.
you locking in air?
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see, no fuck all. I just go off looks.
Yeah.
You know, I can't go past a coil. for
What I
looks.
will tell you is that it doesn't matter whether it's coil or air.
By the way.
You need to like simplify a shock a little bit, right? So what you've got is a spring
Yep.
and a damper, basically. Dampener, whatever you want to call it. One's an air spring, one's a coil spring. That's the only thing that separates the two. The next step is your damping quality. So, like, let's say you've got a really good air shock
Yep.
and a really good coil shock.
Yep.
The two really shouldn't be any different,
Yeah, okay.
realistically.
Yeah.
An air spring performs a little bit differently to a coil.
There's
But
obviously pros and cons on
pros and cons,
they
plus
should
or minus
even out.
10%, like not enough to actually
Yep.
equal a
So
final
one's better
decision.
than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both the same. One's got some changes.
Yeah.
The other one's got some differences. Like in the end, it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is your damping quality. So the thing that's inside the spring
Okay.
is the most important thing.
Yeah,
It's the
right.
thing that controls everything.
Yeah.
So if that's right,
It
the
should be
spring
good.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's why, like, this particular brand brought out an air shock, and I'm loving it, is because you could put a coil over the top of that same damper, and I'd still probably love it. Like,
Yeah, right. Fuck, that's news to me.
yeah,
I knew, but I know
Doesn't
fuck
matter.
all. Yeah, right. That's I really like that. Hang on. Oh shit. Hardtail Havoc has asked, what's your favourite chalky milk? You a chalky milk guy?
Love jockey milk.
Shit.
More than beer. Yeah.
Huge.
Dude.
Right, we're going to wrap it up there.
If any customers want to get a discount, you bring me a chalky milk. Like,
Really?
Dude, chalky milk equals
Wow.
life.
What a question. I would have thought
my-
about skipping over that, but
Nah, dude.
wow.
Chalky milk is yeah.
And a favourite?
Yeah. Do you know what too? When I was younger, I was like a vanilla guy, like vanilla, strawberry, banana. And then one day I started drinking chocolate milk and I was like, oh, what have I been doing?
Hang on a minute.
What have I been doing?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
dude.
And a
yeah.
favourite, like, you got like a go-to one?
Just straight for oak generally.
Okay.
Straight in there.
Probably the
Box
Don.
oak. In fact, I actually bought a Subaru Forester more recently, a car, because it had square cup holders. Fits,
your oak.
fits an oak straight in it.
Get out of town.
I'm not kidding. Like,
That is
it was a
fucking
selling point for
gross.
sure. I was like, dude, square cup
Yeah.
holder.
Yeah. He's like, do you want to take a look around the car? You're like, nope.
Nope, all good.
I've seen enough. Fuck. That's all right.
Yeah, hectic.
Shit, I didn't even know they were square. One thing I do like about Suey's, Geordie had a Forester, and he had this thing in the center under the radio. You push it, and it would like slide out like that,
Yeah,
and the wings would pop out. You could put your cup in it.
100%.
Gangster ass,
Dude.
Never seen anything like it.
Oh, man, those Japanese, they're way ahead of the time.
They are, aren't they?
Like a 2010 car is like a 2020 Ford.
Yeah, 100%.
Way ahead of the times.
Yeah, and then someone else does it, and everyone shits their pants. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the Japs have been doing this
For a long time.
We've got. Now, I don't understand this question, but this is from Z Wills 78. Thoughts on telemetry systems for suspension?
Telemetry systems
You see, I'm a bricklayer.
or whatever you want to call them.
Can you explain what the fuck's that?
Basically, it's a system that measures your suspension.
Okay.
The thing with them is there's no way to actually measure your suspension unless you've got a shock dyno as well. Mix two together and then have someone with a bazillion years experience. Can you get like accurate results from? And first of all, you've got to know what you're trying to achieve first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all up in the air. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't use one personally. Like all of my experience comes from riding bikes myself.
Yep.
And knowing what I like, and then doing setup sessions with, like, I don't even know how many customers now, and then knowing what they like,
Yep.
and then like morphing all that data together to create a simple system, I guess.
Does that come into play a lot of time is what they like? Do you ask them, how do you want to ride it? How do you want it to feel?
Yeah, exactly. Like you got to, ask a few questions and then kind of go from there. But yeah, telemetry device, there is some really cool ones now, which are like taking some of that knowledge, I guess, away. So you don't need to have like 10 years experience to set your bike up.
Yep.
BYB, for example, do a really good one. It's still really complicated, mind you. Attach it to your bike, go for a ride for a week or so with it attached to your bike, and it's going to give you like pretty accurate ways to fix problems that you didn't even know you had, sort of thing. Like that's the thing when you start measuring things, is that sometimes you find problems that
you didn't even know.
maybe you didn't even know about and don't actually matter either. So like in the end, like it's just a way to measure something that we kind of already know anyway, I guess. Sometimes. Like there's no plus or minus in my opinion. But the dream actually is to have a telemetry device and a shock dyno and be able to like measure everything, and then even some other measuring tools in between that as well. Like,
I love talking tools.
Yeah, dude. The thing is, like, I'll get criticized a million times for what I do because everything I do is based off feel. And then
I feel like it's such a personalized
Yeah.
like industry that if it works for you, it works for you. Like
Dude.
there's no right or wrong.
I literally like won't have a customer leave not happy. Like
Yeah.
everyone is stoked
Yeah.
always with what I do. So
I can literally say, I'm not even just saying this because just through my phone. I'm not even saying this because it's you or your business, but I had never had me bike serviced ever.
yeah,
Like I was talking, I was just, if it had a flat tire, I was fixing that. That's
Yeah.
it. I got my downhill bike, brought it to you, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was sort of like, what the fuck's he gonna do? Like, what is it gonna be that much of a fucking difference?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like you take your car to the mechanics, you get it back. It's not that much different.
does feel much
What,
different.
what
does
the
it?
fuck would you notice?
Nah, yeah. Totally
So
agree.
sort of same thing with my bike. Brought it to you, so like, probably gonna feel no fucking different.
Yeah,
Holy demon,
yeah,
it was fucked. Like so fucking good,
yeah,
so much better. I didn't even know what was better. It just felt better.
yeah, dude.
I had no idea what you would have done.
I do it to myself, man. I still do it to myself. Like
Yeah,
my bikes, I got too many bikes, first of all, so they get a bit lost in like which one needs servicing.
yeah,
And then I do a service.
Yeah.
I go for a ride, and I'm like, holy Jesus,
yeah,
this thing is amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
just a
seriously
service.
couldn't recommend more to someone who's like maybe a bit up in the air about getting your bike serviced, or maybe I don't know, is it the price of it? Don't know. Get it done.
Dude.
It's fucking feels like you got a new bike, to be honest.
Honestly,
The only bad
sometimes better than a new bike.
I don't. Ooh, it's personalised to
Yeah.
you. You don't
Yeah.
buy a bike from the shop. Personalised to you.
Yeah,
All right. The only downside to it is you notice when your bike's getting a bit clapped and you got to get it done again.
yeah. You're like, take more money out the wallet.
Yeah, but
Damn,
makes you feel good.
does. Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't recommend it anymore.
yeah. It's good.
Now, I could go on for fucking days, and we are going to have to do this again because I could, like I said, I could go on and on. I've got so many questions.
Yeah.
Now, one of my last questions for you is, it's a bit up in the air with some people. I feel as though the mountain bike world is a little bit divided. What would you say are your pros and cons for the mountain bike industry at the moment? Where do you see it? What's wrong with it? What's really good with it? What's your take?
Tough one. It's kind of interesting for me because I feel like I'm the middleman.
Yeah.
So like I'm not a bike shop and I'm not a consumer. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Like I service suspension, which even a bike shop sends to other companies to get serviced. It's like this full.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So bike shops, when they say they're servicing your suspension, they're generally sending it
Me.
to me
Yeah, right.
or to other guys. Yeah,
didn't
there's
know
other
that.
people that do it. So I am a bit of a middleman, which is really cool for me because I get to be in the middle of like wholesalers and bikes and everything. So I do feel like I have a pretty good grasp of like, what's going on in the bike industry, I guess, and
Yep.
how it's changing, etc. It's a weird industry. I feel like no one knows what they're doing.
No.
I feel like everyone's just like, oh yeah, there's products, buy, sell, whatever. And they just have no idea what they're doing. Like
Yep.
they just see a new cool product, they get it, they sell it, realize that it's got all these issues and then deal with it later. Like that's the bike industry and that's
Yep.
in it. Like, it's probably the same with every industry. Like
Yeah.
the company that's making the product is literally doing that. Maybe there's some out there, but most of them are there to like sell you a product and make money.
Yep.
Like that is their sole cause. Maybe when they first started, they were like doing it for love or whatever. But now, those big brands, like big 5 or 6 brands out there, like they just want to sell you a bike or a suspension product or handlebars or grips or whatever. And then in return for giving you that product, have money in their pockets.
Yeah.
Or, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing about the bike industry. I actually call it a fake job, honestly. Like what I do is a fake job.
Yeah.
Because if bikes weren't a thing, we wouldn't be dead. You know what I mean? But if like food wasn't a thing, we'd be dead. Like we need food. We don't need bikes.
Yeah.
So it's a really funny industry.
Yeah.
I've always had arguments against that, like a fake industry. And then everyone's like, yeah, but like mental health and all that sort of stuff. Like, you know, like, yeah, totally agree with that. Riding is the thing that makes me the most happy.
Yeah.
To then make me a better person for like my job and my family and everything. Like bikes, yeah, do it. It'll make you happy, 100%. It'll get rid of some demons for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect you say that. I've always said like, yeah, don't worry about that. I've always said with bikes, like, pick up a bike.
Yeah.
Go for a fucking ride. You got to remember the reason you're on a fucking bike. So if times do get tough or, you know, things aren't going your way with, say, racing or you're not where you want to be, you're not sponsored, like, remember, like, it's a hobby.
Dude, it is a hobby. Like literally get on it. And even if you're not fit or whatever your excuse is,
get on a bike.
Get on a bike. 1 second into your first descent.
Yep.
You are the happiest you've been in a while.
Even if you're no good at it. You're no good at riding a
matter.
bike. You don't have a bike.
Even
never
if you're
ridden a bike. I remember my missus. She got on my bike and she jackknifed and come off. It was so funny. That's a story.
Yeah.
There you go. Memory like that. Funny memory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she stacked, but
fuck,
it was funny.
Yeah, so funny. Everyone was happy.
Yeah. So just pick up a bike.
Just
go for a fucking ride.
So yeah, it's a weird industry. I don't even understand why I'm even doing it. Like, why am I so stoked about suspension and like making people stoked about riding their bike? I don't even know. I can't even give you that answer.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a weird industry. I don't know where it's going for the future. Like, obviously, online is definitely upon us. Yeah. But I still think like we need real good bike shops.
100%.
You know, close to us. You know, maybe they're fewer and far between now, but like we've got to have 3 in each state or something
shops.
like that. We need shops.
Yeah.
Support your shops.
100%.
For sure.
Imagine us doing this over a Zoom call.
Yeah.
I would have hung up. You would have hung up
Boring.
on me. You would have messaged me saying, fuck that sucks.
Screw that sucks. Dude, yeah. Like you got to get in, have that personal interaction. Like online is one thing and it's definitely made us better humans in one way, but like we still need to like go and have a chat to a human every now and then.
Well, we can't ride bikes over the internet. Like,
can't ride bikes. Like, you know, the old MX versus ATV back in the day. It was a sick game, but like
let's leave it at that, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
short fix.
We want to progress, but not too much.
But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, you got to get out and ride your bike. Like that's literally it. Like I don't know. It's all I do. Like I just
Yep.
Oh, I feel a bit sad today.
Might go ride my bike.
On my bike, all of that goes away.
100%.
And you know, even I am a bit sad today. You're riding down the hill, everything's happy, you're stoked. While you're climbing back up, you're having a thought. You are
100%.
Getting rid of some of that stuff, and you know, you're analyzing about how shit your boss is or whatever.
Especially when you're riding uphill.
Yeah, you're riding up that hill, and you're just like, man, my boss is screw him.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit.
I might quit. And then you quit. And it's because you were riding your bike.
Yeah, riding your bike. Yeah. I've made so many good and bad decisions because about being out riding my bike.
So it's like the shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, yeah.
Same as riding your bike.
100%.
So if your water bill's high, go ride your bike.
Yeah, go ride your bike. Stop spending so much time in the shower. That's it.
Oh, dude. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on.
No worries.
Because that was fucking awesome.
No bloody worries.
And seriously, all you guys listening, make sure you come and get your fucking bike service.
Yeah.
Because if you want to listen to someone, listen to me. I know nothing. And it changed my fucking life.
That's it.
So, which by the way, I need to book me bike in.
Yeah.
Had a few trips to Bright. It's got a lot of dust clogged up in there.
But it has been a while. I haven't seen your bike in a while. I do have a weird memory for that stuff.
Someone coming in
he's like, yeah, it was June last year, yeah? He's like, oh.
Was
and I'm
it?
like, yeah, it's a bit overdue. He's like, oh.
Yeah, that's good. You're keeping tabs on people. It's good.
That's it.
Building a personal relationship.
That's it.
Nah. Thanks so much for coming on, dude.
No worries.
Make sure you check Trav out on Instagram and on the mountain bike suspension works.
Yep.
Fucking oath. Thanks again, dude.
No worries.